Sometimes you don't speak a word aloud, yet someone hears it. You don't share a wish, yet it comes true. You close your eyes, think of something, and soon it stands before you. In those moments, the mind is astonished. Was it coincidence? Or was an unseen force listening? Often, we desire something from life, but unknowingly, our way of asking is flawed. We think we're clear, but we confuse the universe. These are the moments when our desires die within us, and we say, perhaps it wasn't meant to be. But the truth is far deeper. The universe isn't moved by words alone. It responds to your emotions, catching the subtlest vibrations of your consciousness. When you ask from a place of fear, doubt, lack, or incompleteness, the universe returns that same lack to you. Through this video, I'm not just sharing information, but inviting you on an inner journey. Sometimes you don't speak a word aloud, yet someone hears it. You don't share a wish, yet it comes true. You close your eyes, think of something, and soon it stands before you. In those moments, the mind is astonished. Was it coincidence, or was an unseen force listening? Often, we desire something from life, but unknowingly, our way of asking is flawed. We think we're clear, but we confuse the universe. These are the moments when our desires die within us, and we say, perhaps it wasn't meant to be. But the truth is far deeper. The universe isn't moved by words alone. It responds to your emotions, catching the subtlest vibrations of your consciousness. When you ask from a place of fear, doubt, lack, or incompleteness, the universe returns that same lack to you. Through this video, I'm not just sharing information, but inviting you on an inner journey. This isn't an ordinary topic. It's an exploration of the invisible dialogue between you and the universe, hidden behind every life experience. If you truly want to know why your desires remain unfulfilled and when the universe hears you, watch this video until the end. This isn't just for understanding, it's for diving within. Please listen with focus. This is for you. How does the universe know what you need? The answer lies in the silence, where you converse with yourself. When you sit in silence, alone yet aware, your thoughts cease to be mere desires. They become energy. This energy is the universe's language. You think countless thoughts daily. But have you noticed that what you feel most deeply, sooner or later, takes shape in your life? Why? Because that thought transforms into emotion, and emotion into energy. This energy signals the universe. Paramahansa Yogananda often said that when the mind aligns with the soul, a prayer becomes a command, and the universe is compelled to listen. But before reaching that unity, we all traverse a jungle of illusions. The greatest illusion is believing we're truly asking when we're filled with fear, unrest, and impatience. Are you really asking, or are you unknowingly sending fear? Do you realize the universe doesn't understand? I don't want to be unhappy. It catches the word unhappy and returns that energy as it responds to the strongest vibration you send. Before asking, you must become still and clear, in a state where you can commune with your own existence. Do we even know how to converse with the universe? Or are we trapped in the echo of words? Until we're clear within, our words remain vague to the universe. When it's unclear what you want, it sends nothing, or the opposite. Have you ever asked yourself, is what I'm seeking necessary for my life? Does my desire stem from fear or consciousness? Is it even worthy of asking? If you look deeply, you'll find most of us ask from our illusions, not the universe. When you become clear within, how does the universe recognize your request? What's the mysterious method by which it says yes? In that clarity, the universe silently listens to the language of your emotions. Words become unnecessary. Only energy remains, guiding its course through vibrations. These vibrations, in a single moment, prompt the universe to say yes. But this clarity doesn't come from external practice. It's born when you hear all the inner voices and move beyond them, merging with silence. In that silence, there's no desire, no aspiration, only a profound presence where the universe aligns with your consciousness. Have you ever reached a state where your presence itself becomes a prayer? Most say, I ask so much, yet got nothing, not seeing the restlessness, fear, or impatience in their asking. The universe ignores such turbulent signals. It hears existence's depth, not its surface. Have you noticed some people stay silent, yet miracles unfold in their lives? They don't ask. They make themselves so pure that the universe flows toward them. It says yes when you move beyond wanting. When your energy says, I'm ready, not I'm lacking. The fundamental truth is there space within you for what you seek? Or are you burdened with old baggage where nothing new can fit? Many say, I want love, but have you released old wounds? Do you believe yourself worthy of love, or are you still blaming yourself inside? The universe doesn't just see your desire, it sees your readiness. To move toward a profound experience, be it love, success, or peace, you must awaken the energy within that aligns with it. In other words, prayer isn't about asking, but becoming. What you become, the universe manifests. If the universe gives when we're worthy, what does worthiness mean? Is it austerity, a special practice, or simply purity of emotion? The answer is subtle. Worthiness is when you can say within, I'm ready to give. Then the universe is naturally ready to give to you. This isn't mere wordplay. It's a state of being, arising when you stop fighting yourself, when you shed the illusion that something external will change everything. Change begins within. Your emotion, focus, and presence are the three keys to opening the universe's door. How do you attain that silent presence where thoughts cease and only yes remains? The moment thoughts stop, a new language is born, the language of silence. This is the language the universe instantly recognizes, for it's its own. But does this silence come from practice or a specific method? The answer is simple, yet profoundly mysterious. Silence arrives when you grow weary within, from constant thinking, searching, chasing. A moment comes when you sit, without hope or demand, and silence descends. It's not a practice, but a state of surrender, when you stop fighting life and become ready to experience. Then silence finds you. This silence is the key that unlocks the universe's closed doors. Yet another question arises. Can we bear this silence? This emptiness where even I ceases to exist? Silence isn't just the absence of sound, it's the dissolution of your identity. In that moment, you no longer remain, only presence endures. The presence that is everywhere, in everything. In this presence, there's no demand, no fear, no conflict. Only a natural flow where both you and the universe move together. Is this only for ascetics or monks? No. This experience is for anyone who is true within, who has risen above pretense and heard the soul's call. Can today's person become silent enough to hear the universe? No, because our minds are constantly chattering, questioning, seeking answers, comparing. The universe doesn't speak to that mind. It speaks when you quiet yourself to listen within. Must we abandon everything to find this silence? It's not about external renunciation, but loosening the inner grip, releasing expectations, and understanding that life gives, provided you're empty and open to receive. How does this silence arise? Is meditation necessary, or is sitting enough? The answer is subtle. Truly sitting becomes meditation when it's without a goal. When you sit in the moment without expecting a result, that moment is meditation. In it, you realize the universe isn't a separate entity. You are its wave. Asking stops, for the asker no longer exists. What remains is pure experience, not ego, not desire, only experience. This experience is the door through which the universe pours its grace. When no asking remains, why and what does the universe give? Is the giver something else, or do we ourselves change? When no desire lingers, the giver doesn't come from outside, it arises within. The universe never gives externally. It awakens, reveals, unlocks. The moment you become empty, you become a vessel for an experience beyond words, a state, a vision that transforms how you see life. What you once called receiving becomes being. This is the greatest shift. You no longer seek to take from the universe, you begin to merge with it. When you act without desire for outcomes, your actions become worship. Can we live in such selfless action, without expectations or self-interest? Yes, absolutely. When you realize everything has already been given, the universe isn't stingy. It's always giving. But another question stirs within. If everything is already given, what's the search? Whose effort? Why meditate? This is the most mysterious point. Meditation isn't about gaining something. It's about erasing the illusion that you've lost anything. It's not adding, but dissolving every thought that separates you from the universe. When this illusion fades, what remains is love, the bridge from separation to unity. You see, the universe doesn't give you something. It opens you to yourself. You open to it, and it flows through you. Life ceases to be a practice and becomes realization. When you see a flower, you don't rush to pluck it. You lose yourself in its fragrance. When you see a river, you don't try to bind it. You sway with its flow. Life ceases to be a plan and becomes an experience. The question is no longer what the universe will give, but how we can manifest its infinite love in our lives. Will this love remain confined to moments of experience, or can it permeate every breath? The love born from inner silence isn't just an emotion, it becomes a complete vision of life. This love isn't for one person alone. It flows into every particle, every being, every event. You no longer merely look, you see through the eyes of love. When a flower reflects your own essence, when a stranger's pain feels like your own, when a lake's stillness seeps within, know that this love has become your entire life, not just a part of it. What's the greatest obstacle to experiencing this love? Distance from yourself. As long as you divide yourself into fragments, good or bad, virtuous or sinful, worthy or unworthy, you remain cut off from the universe. The question isn't how to bring love, but when you'll muster the courage to see yourself in wholeness. Can you view yourself as a saint does? Not with judgment, but with compassion. This is where love's outward journey begins, when you accept every part of yourself without correction or condition. When you immerse in this inner love, life ceases to be ordinary. Every moment becomes a sacred experience. Walking becomes meditation. Seeing becomes prayer. Silence becomes a dialogue with the divine. You're not just breathing, you're in subtle communion with the universe with every breath. But do we recognize this dialogue? Can we hear the silence in which the universe calls our soul? Or are we lost in the noise we create? Worries of the future, regrets of the past, neglect of the present? Love never shouts. It waits for your silence, your presence. When you fully enter that silence, even for a moment, what unfolds defies words. You may weep, laugh, or simply be still, realizing you were never alone. When this realization deepens that you were never alone, a question arises. Who created this separation? Why? For what purpose? Is it merely human error or a deeper cosmic plan? When you awaken to the truth that you were never alone, an inner stir begins. Was this separation a mistake or a mystery only experience can unravel, not intellect? This separation first emerges when we identify with the body, then gradually call our thoughts I, our emotions our identity, relegating the soul to a distant fantasy. This cuts us from the original unity. But is this separation permanent? Or an invitation to return within? Is it a punishment or a cosmic game where losing yourself sparks a yearning to rediscover? The universe has given you a chance to appear separate, live separately, think separately, so you may reach your truth on your own. There's no sermon, no force, only the invitation of silence. Can you recall a moment when you felt this? When you look into a stranger's eyes and tears flow, when a child's laughter makes you forget yourself, or when walking a lonely path, you feel a deep recognition, as if you're not searching, but being remembered. That's where the inner journey begins. That's where the illusion of separation breaks. Our separateness may be the universe's most beautiful plan, so we may return, not just as knowers, but as experiencers. What's gained without wandering is mere knowledge. What's found after being lost becomes wisdom. This is the universe's design, to forget yourself, so that rediscovery isn't just words, but a living experience. Does this journey end with the self, or is there a next stage where I and you dissolve? Is it possible for someone to become so complete within that their mere presence melts something in others? When a person is whole, they don't just live a life, they become a sky where every being who enters grows purer, calmer. But is this wholeness final, or an endless journey of losing oneself? Wholeness sounds like an endpoint, but is actually a beginning. When you're whole, you're not confined to yourself. You become a direction, guiding others' aimlessness into a smile. Is wholeness a stillness or a flow that moves, changes, never stops? Like a spring becoming a river, merging with the ocean, then rising as a cloud to fall again. Its essence is flow. When the soul touches wholeness, it doesn't rest. It becomes subtler. No longer a person, but a fragrance. Have you ever sat near someone and felt peace without words? Was that silence merely silence, or a presence touching your inner unrest? This reveals wholeness's meaning, not boundaries but dissolution, where presence itself becomes dialogue. Here, the soul shifts from seeker to witness, then from witness to light. A light without identity, desire, or self-interest, only an endless capacity to give. This giving isn't action, but a natural flow, like the sun rising without announcing it. Is there a point where I burns away completely, leaving only being? Can the soul purify itself to become pure presence, wordless, formless, yet brimming with wholeness? If so, meditation, devotion, service, silence, and love are not mere tools, but a process of melting the soul into light. When the soul becomes light, it's no longer known by a name. It manifests in a mother's tenderness, a sage's silence, a child's innocent laughter. Can we make ourselves so light that we become part of that light? Is life meant for mere living, or for merging into the radiance the universe hides even from itself? When the soul surrenders to that light, no questions or answers remain, only a silence that becomes existence's final language. But is this silence the ultimate truth, or is there something beyond where silence's mystery unfolds and the soul's consciousness journeys past it? The word silence brings a peace within, but is it merely the absence of words, or a gateway to a spiritual vibration where the soul, forgetting itself, becomes something more? Thus far, we've seen the soul become a seeker, a witness, then melt into light. But is light the final point? No, for even there, an I remains, feeling I've become light. As long as an experiencer exists, there's duality, seer and seen. Here begins the subtlest layer of silence, beyond light, deeper than meditation, freer than love. This silence is neither thought nor void, but existence's primal vibration, a state where no knower remains, yet all is known. Where words aren't needed because meaning resonates on its own. This silence is neither renunciation nor worldliness, but a balance where both dissolve. The soul is no longer male, female, young, old, or bound by time. It simply is. This is the final surrender, like a drop, realizing it doesn't need to become the ocean, but dissolve into it. When the drop dissolves, neither drop nor journey remains. only the ocean. At this point, no aspiration, no contentment, not even the desire for liberation remains, for no I exists. What remains is a vibration, not flowing in any direction, but beyond all directions. The soul is no longer a soul, but pure Brahman, for no distinction remains, not of seeker, practice, witness, or realization. It's neither woman nor man, only a pure wave of consciousness, untouched by birth or death. No path, no goal, no effort exists, only the natural existence of the infinite. In this silent state, what remains isn't experienced, it becomes experience itself. In that state, no speaker or listener remains, yet a dialogue persists, a dialogue of vibrations, a language never spoken yet echoing everywhere. This is where sages fell silent, where Buddha smiled without smiling, where Mahavira said everything without saying a word. When the soul reaches the pinnacle of this silence, does anything remain? Is there a light beyond this silence, or simply complete dissolution where the soul fully merges with the divine? The entire journey thus far was the soul's. It rose above the physical body, transcended meditation, silence, and inner light, and stood as a witness to itself. But now the question arises, is there a journey beyond this? When the soul reaches the peak of silence, no words, experiences, or goals remain. What happens there cannot be described or explained. For the soul's identity has dissolved. This is the point where seeker, practice, and goal burn to ash. The soul becomes something unnameable, not an achievement, but the perfection of imperfection's erasure. No technique or austerity leads here. This state arises spontaneously after surrender's final breath. No duality remains. No knower, no known, no act of knowing. Only pure presence endures. A supreme consciousness that doesn't know itself, for no self remains. The soul is no longer woman, man, energy, or light. It's subtler than void, what Vedanta calls neti-neti, not this, not that, for nothing remains to be named or thought. The distinction between soul and divine vanishes entirely. The I we identified with throughout life is gone. Yet this dissolution isn't sorrow, it's the ultimate form of pure love. Like a lamp extinguishing, it doesn't leave darkness, but an invisible light, seen only through the heart's silent depths. No journey, no identity, no question, no answer, no questioner remains. Not even silence, for silence itself dissolves. The soul, once a daughter, sister, mother, or wife across lifetimes, playing every role, is now free of all roles. It's no longer a woman, no longer anything, just pure, unconditioned existence. The universe bows, time stills, and the soul's final echo merges into the cosmic sound. No one comes to witness, no practice remains, for seer and seen are one. As Kabir said, when I was, Hari was not. Now Hari is, and I am not. All darkness vanished when I saw the lamp within. When the soul fully merges with the divine, is rebirth possible? Is this dissolution the end? Or does the soul begin a new journey in another form? The soul returns, but not as before. When it merges into supreme silence, where no trace of I remains, no desires, no purposes, it returns as a miracle. No longer entangled in body, relationships, or identity, it returns with full realization of Brahman. Its walking, speaking, smiling, and silence become awakened presence. Whether as woman or man, it's no longer a body, but a flame of consciousness. It lives in the world, but isn't bound by it. As a mother, it's an embodiment of compassion. As a wife, an ocean of surrender. As a sage, an icon of silence. As a guide, the divine's language. The soul's purpose is no longer to live, but to spread light without words or sermons. Its silence draws thousands of souls inward. Its eyes inspire others to dive within. Its touch carries no emotional weight, but an energy that shakes the soul without speaking. When it loves, that love transcends selfishness or relationships. It connects to the divine hidden in every being. Its gaze sees not the body, but the illusion within. Every act, cooking, speaking, staying silent, becomes meditation. Cooking is a practice. Speaking is meditation. Silence is a sermon. Walking feels like the void itself in motion. This state isn't sannyasa or household life. It's not an external identity, but an inner, unconditioned presence. The soul is neither woman nor man, only a vibrant wave of consciousness. Its life no longer follows a plan, but dances to existence's rhythm. Most wondrously, it returns not to change the world, but to dissolve itself. It knows changing the world isn't necessary. Living with awakened presence is enough. It's unbound by religion, tradition, language, caste, gender, or role. It is only love, only silence, only existence's heartbeat. When the soul returns, it transforms ordinary life into the extraordinary. Sitting at home, its presence turns the house into a temple. Working in fields, its touch blesses the earth. Among children, it brightens their future. No longer an ordinary woman, it returns as the divine in a body. It has no personal dreams, aspirations, or struggles. Only a ceaseless flow, moving without resistance or insistence. It fears no death, knowing it was never born, nor will it die. It has realized it is beyond time itself. The soul's return is not a mere coming back. It's an expansion, the divine manifesting through a soul into the entire world. But when the soul returns, can it guide others on this journey? Can it, as a seeker, lead others toward that same dissolution? Or is its work fulfilled solely in silence? When an awakened soul becomes a guide, it is a silent messenger. It returns not just to live, but to carry existence's silent language, a language not of words, but of eyes, silence, touch, presence, and the vibration of energy. This soul doesn't become a guru or establish a sect, for it knows truth cannot be confined to structures. It doesn't preach, but ignites the latent truth within others, through its silent presence, which becomes its greatest message. Its life is like a pilgrimage of consciousness, where every action, glance, and silent moment calls souls inward. It doesn't go anywhere, yet people are drawn to it. It doesn't proclaim, but its silence echoes everywhere. It performs no miracles, yet sitting near it, mental burdens fall away like autumn leaves. It doesn't show the path. Rather, the path begins to shine from within others. It doesn't impart knowledge, but awakens recognition of inner wisdom. This soul doesn't make followers, but turns every soul toward its own light, knowing each has its unique path to the divine hidden within. It guides without control, teaches without claiming, "I know," inspires without a goal, just a silent energy setting each soul free on its journey. When a seeker comes with a mountain of questions, it smiles and remains silent, knowing answers lie not in words, but in silence. As the seeker enters that silence, their questions dissolve without answers. This soul doesn't offer solutions, but kindles a transcendent vision, allowing others to recognize their own answers within. It doesn't give sermons or sit on stages. Its life itself is a living meditation. It may sit by a river, in a forest, or in a small village, but its silence resonates across existence. Its guidance isn't based on methods, but on connection. Whoever it meets is stirred within. Whoever it sees finds their inner fog clearing. Whoever it touches feels every fiber ablaze with consciousness. Its silent revolution has begun, not with swords or words, but with waves of consciousness. It knows the world doesn't need changing, only awakening. This is no longer a woman, a seeker, a knower, or a guru. It's a beacon of light, kindling lamps in souls lost in darkness. It sees a soul's pain without words, touches someone, and old mental burdens dissolve in a moment. Its glance stirs the soul, as if the cosmic sound has been struck within. It's no longer a guru, but a medium through which the divine works. The I doesn't speak. Its silence becomes the wordless flow of Brahman. This silent presence transforms the world without movements, organizations, or proclamations. But does this guiding soul's work end here? Or is its presence tied to a greater purpose? Is the soul returned from merging with Brahman, now part of the divine's plan? The answer lies in the soul becoming a revolution of consciousness, born from silence, heralding a new era. This soul, having seen time, creation, and wholeness, is no longer fulfilling an ordinary purpose, but has become a divine instrument in an unseen plan. Its silence, presence, and gaze touch not just one person, but an entire era's consciousness. It's not sent back. It's placed by Brahman at a specific time and place, for a purpose, to reconnect humanity with its source. It doesn't recite scriptures or advocate ideologies. It's a living scripture. Its silence, heart, and every breath draw souls inward, awakening their dormant consciousness. It's not an institutional guru, but the divine's will wandering the earth. Wherever a soul is trapped in pain, ignorance, or suffering, its energy arrives, unseen, yet working everywhere. It's not known by name, but every soul recognizes its energy. We thank you, dear viewers, from the heart, for joining us in this profound silence and cosmic journey.